Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everybody? The Rad Picker, aka Scott, in the Rad Cave. I am about an hour away from going live. I've got a live show. I have not done one in, I don't know, several days, so I am due to get one done. But I thought I'd get on here Monday. I promised to do my giveaway, and I failed miserably. I forgot all about it. I moved on, did a lot of stuff, but I do not want to ever be called a liar, a charlatan, a fake, or whatever. So, what I am going to do is the first person to comment on this video is the winner. I didn't know how to do it. I was going back and forth, but, the first person that comments in this is the winner. If you are the first person, just comment yay and then DM me your address and I will send you what the winning item is. And I'm sorry, I got my dog barking right out here. Got the Rad Cave wide open. It is hot. If you hear the fan over here, it's blowing on me. Folks, I've been shipping all day. I've been trying to organize for this live show. I'm trying to get a little bit better in my lives. Not so much that I will pre-set up my show, but I will have this stuff available because a lot of times I'll get up and I'll miss stuff. And when my live's done, maybe the next day I'll look and I'll think, oh, I was going to run that or this. Well, last night I was on the Reseller Locker Room podcast, and I had a great time. We talked a lot about reselling. Sometimes I look back at these and I think, I should have said this, or maybe I kind of left some low fruit hanging, or maybe I didn't make myself clear, which I do a lot. I skip over words and phrases, trying to express myself without fully explaining myself, because just my nature of speaking, I guess, my scatterbrained mind. But because I made a comment, I was talking about gatekeepers in a video prior to the podcast, and that was brought up last night. And after kind of expressing myself, getting it out, Alex had said something like, well, the community is a great community. And I immediately, my brain went, oh, yeah. Do not get it twisted. The reselling community, as far as I'm concerned, and those that I've met, are incredible. 99.9%. Great people. Whether you get into a little misunderstanding or not, that's neither here nor there. It's all about, can you move forward and just get over it? We're all adults, or most of us are. Except me, I'm still a kid. But I didn't want anyone to get it twisted. I meant what I said. There are some people that kind of, say some things here and there, but I guess we all do. And my point is, I don't want the focus to be on that sort of thing. I really, really don't. I kind of feel like that if you ever meet me, whether in person or on live, I will be as cool as anybody, I guess, unless you get disrespectful. That's my whole point. I really don't think, it's not like I'm perfect or always the greatest guy on earth, but my point being is, if you've seen the bad side of me, you might need to ask yourself why. And that's the truth. That's how I feel. Whether I'm right or not, who knows? But I wanted to make that crystal clear, because I am going to spend all my energy on being positive and picking and staying rad, which I'll always be radical. My mother-in-law asked me what rad meant the other day on Father's Day. We're hanging out at my in-laws. Shout out the Taylors, my nephews, my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law. I love them dearly. We spent a lot of time together. And I would be remiss to say, don't mess with us. Because my nephews have punched me in every kidney and organ I have. And they're older now, but we have a good time. But anyway, I'm sorry. I get trailing off here. My mother-in-law asked me what rad meant, and I told her there was a movie in the 80s called Rad, and it was about riding a BMX. And when I was a kid, I rode BMX, and again, I was just a hair above average. I was the okayest BMXer around, just like I am the okayest reseller around. But I said, but also, and she kind of like, oh, I said, but also it's, the definition is a mental disorder from childhood trauma. And then that changed her, like, what? But I laughed because I didn't actually name myself based on that, but it's fairly fitting. If you know, you know. Anybody that knows me, I've had my head split open more than once. And maybe I'm a little off my rocker, but hopefully everything's all good and my brain isn't too scrambled, but it fits the name radical. It also means I am radical in the way of passion. I am extremely passionate about what I love, whether it's my family or what I do for a living, or if I love it, I'm all in. If I'm out, I'm out. I am that bear. But just so y'all know, I did have to explain it on Father's Day, the definition of rad. It was more than just a BMX. So, take that for what it's worth. Anyhow, this week in reselling, I mentioned in a couple of my short videos and on TikTok that reselling on eBay had went extremely well. I mentioned that my reasoning for that was good sourcing, good prices, and consistent listing. Now, fast forward to today. Today, I have 0 eBay sales. 0. Not one. Not a single one. You know what I haven't done in 2 days? List. I've not I won't say I haven't listed anything, but I was going from listing at least 20 items or so, 15 to 30, somewhere in there, to 0. And consequently, my eBay store tanked. So I don't know who's right, who's wrong. Take it for what it is, but I'm telling you, my observation is this. You better list. You better be consistent. That draft bank, something I don't really do on the regular, I normally just go day to day, is important. You cannot convince me otherwise. You need to be sourcing and listing in eBay follows. I'm sorry, that is, whether you agree or not, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But for me personally, my own observation is it's indisputable. You can't argue with me about it whatsoever. That's what indisputable means, Scott. So not to re-explain myself, but list, folks. Get out there, list. If you don't have anything to list, get out there and source. You're not sourcing enough. I, in particular, have plenty to list. I have a death pile, and that has been my goal. I've been working through it. I'm going to do a live tonight. I am going to try to sell some things I've listed. That is a dangerous game. I wouldn't recommend it to people. If I do sell something, I need to be Johnny on the spot right after and delist. Don't wait till tomorrow, especially late night, because what will happen is the old macro will kick in and you will sell it before the morning on eBay, and then you will have to have a canceled sale from out of stock, and that will hurt your store. I speak from experience. The only thing hurting my store right now is not listing and canceling orders because I listed live and didn't delist in time for me to get a sale on eBay and then have to cancel it. So if you're going to take any advice from the world's most okayest reseller, take this, because you can take this to the bank. List good items and delist if you sell live. Live selling can be a game changer. It's very, very difficult, though, to grab something that could sell for $80 and wind up selling it for $8. I've mentioned this several times, but what did you pay for it? What is your profit margin? That's what you need to decide. Can you stomach moving something and not falling in love with the idea that it will sell eventually? If you were playing the stock market and you could gain 100% on your money tomorrow versus possibly 800% in a year, what would you do? There's no guarantee on the 800%. But if you can wait that out, that's fine. But if you understand compound interest, you could take that 100% profit, take 50% of that, flip it again and again and again. And I don't really have the wherewithal or the smarts to explain that to you, but it's fairly simple. If you write it down on a piece of paper, you'll be surprised that that fast nickel can outrace that slow dime. That is not only my opinion, it's a fact, but I have set my business model up as a hybrid. Slow dime, fast nickel, and I let it ride. So that being said, this week has been great up until I quit listing. I did the podcast. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about this reseller meetup coming up in September. I'm excited about buying on live selling. If you are not sourcing on district, you are doing yourself a disservice, in my opinion and many others' opinion. I have bought many items live that I can flip. And if I do not have the room or I can't flip them within a few months, I can always get my money back. That's how good of a deal that is offered quite often on live selling. So great place to source. I realize it's the summer slowdown and there are yard sales available, but I find myself, even when I am just sitting around not considering sourcing, getting on live and finding myself ecstatic at the things I've purchased. I keep getting boxes in the mail and I'm like, that's a winner. That's a winner. It's like putting money in the bank. It really, really is. So instead of having hundreds of dollars banded up in my safe, I've got items and there's no telling how much money is sitting there. So don't be afraid of that. Don't be foolish though. Make sure you're separating your accounts, being wise. That is something I've had to learn the hard way, is to distribute your money according to what you're doing. Don't put in one lump sum in the bank and operate out of that. You'll find yourself in trouble. Save. My advice to young people as a man who's about to be 49 is save. You don't have to save every dollar. You can set yourself some money aside to blow. There's nothing wrong with that, or else it's miserable if you're Scrooge McDuck and had all the money in the world. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul? Remember that. It's not about the almighty dollar, but you need money to live and to take care of your family. That is a responsibility that goes beyond the pale of greed. That is just being a wise man. So, if you're going to take any advice, that's what I'm giving tonight. I know I'm going to keep this short because I got to go shower. I've been in this. Hitting the gym again and getting the traps, the shoulders up to get rid of these man boobs. If you know, you know. But I'm going to get back at it. Like, who knows how long this will last. Hopefully forever. Get passionate about what you're passionate about. But I can't stand it anymore. But I've been sweating all day. I got to take a shower, get ready for this live. But thank you all. Remember, the first person to comment is going to be the winner. I'm going to watch this whenever it drops. And I'm going to make another video about the winner. And I'm going to show y'all what you won. It will be worthwhile. Thank you all for supporting. I'm at like 110, 111 subs right now. I want to mark this in history. That's not very many, but it's a lot to me. Every single one of you matter. You matter to me. I thank you for taking the time out to even hit subscribe. following these videos. I promise to keep content flowing. If you don't like it, go ahead and let me know. Just remember, if you start trolling, you're messing with the best. I don't wear this hat for no reason. I flip and I flip the tongue. So just so you know, I don't want to hurt your feelings. If you come at me too hard, I might fly off the handle. Remember, I got a screw loose. But thank you. Stay positive. Stay picking. Stay radical. And love what you do and do what you love. Till next time, shout at me.